Good day, my great students. How are you? This is your basic science teacher, and our topic for today is the Earth in space. And we'll be starting off with the solar system. A solar system consists of a star surrounded by planets and other celestial objects. And the solar system in which Earth is comprises of the sun and everything that travels around it, and the solar system is elliptical in shape, as you can see from the diagram on your screen. The sun is at the center of the solar system, and the planets, including the moon, the comets, the asteroids, and other space objects move or orbit around the sun. Our solar system consists of the sun, which is at the center, the planets, and their moons, asteroids, comets, meteors, etc. The planets are arranged according to their nearness, or you can say closeness, to the sun. And they include Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Each of these planets revolve around the sun and also rotate on their own axis. They revolve around the sun and also rotate on their own axis. Now let's talk about the rotation of the Earth. Let's talk about the rotation of the Earth. The sun is a stationary body, and this means that it does not do what? It does not move at all. The sun itself is a large sphere of glowing gas which radiates a lot of energy. Imagine the sun is about 150 million kilometers away from the Earth, and we can still feel the heat energy being radiated by the sun. The rotation of the Earth makes it appear as if the sun is moving, but the sun is stationary. The Earth itself rotates and completes one rotation on its axis every 24 hours. The rotation of the Earth on its axis causes what we see as day and night. In what way? As the Earth turns, half of the Earth faces the sun, and it will be daytime in places that fall on this part, while it will be night on the half part facing away from the sun. In your audio note, I gave you a practical example that you should do in order to understand this better. I hope you've done that. Now let's talk about the revolution of the Earth around the sun. Remember that I said the planets do what? Revolve around the sun, and they also rotate on their own axis. We've talked about the rotation of the Earth on its own axis, which brings about what? Day and night. Now let's talk about revolution of the Earth around the sun. The Earth revolves around the sun aside from rotating on its own axis, and it takes the Earth almost 366 days to make one complete revolution. Don't forget that the movement of the Earth around the sun is elliptical. Elliptical means oval shaped. And the Earth is at different distances from the sun at different times. At times, it may be closer. At times, it may be far away from the sun. And these different positions of the Earth from the sun at different points dictate the climatic conditions, such as the rainfall, wind, humidity, and daily temperature. Another reason why the Earth has different seasons is because of the tilt of its axis. For one part of the year, the top half of the Earth, which is the northern hemisphere, is tipped towards the sun. Then it will be summer in that part, while it is winter in the bottom half of the Earth, the southern hemisphere. And during another part of the year, the bottom half of the Earth, that's the southern hemisphere, is tipped towards the sun, and it is winter in the northern hemisphere that is tipped away. During spring, the hemispheres are tipped neither towards nor away from the sun. Each of these periodic changes in these climatic conditions is referred to as season. But I'm sure you'll be wondering that, but we don't experience spring, summer, winter, autumn in Nigeria, even in Africa. Then what's the meaning of what Mrs. Salah is saying? In Nigeria, we don't have these seasons because we are located in the equator. The equator is an imaginary line around the Earth's middle, and the equator never tips far from the sun. That is why it is neither too cold nor too hot in Nigeria and other places which are at the equator throughout the year. And don't forget that these planets have their natural satellite. The natural satellite of the Earth is the moon. What is a satellite? A satellite is any object that revolves around a planet. Our planet Earth has just one, which is the moon. Some planets don't have at all, while some have more than one. The Earth itself is a slightly egg-shaped ball and is composed mostly of rock and metal. We've come to the end of our class today. Please be good, study hard. God bless you. Bye for now.